Hello, this is Sweet June 2010. Um, I recorded this video yesterday, what I'm getting ready to talk about, but for somehow my computer's been acting up. It didn't upload. I'm pretty upset because I had some pretty good thoughts, but I'm going to try to remember what I said last night, needless to say. Anyway, just got off work, decided to sit on my porch. It's a lovely, beautiful day out. Very, very rare here in Michigan to get a beautiful day. So when you get a beautiful day, you got to try to soak in some of it. I just want to thank my subscribers. Thank you guys for supporting me. Listening to my videos and everything. I really appreciate it. And love you guys. Hang in there. What I want to talk about is I'm kind of outraged right now. I'm just getting tired of all the bashing of black women. I'm getting tired of black women constantly, continuously being put in one group of Pacific black women. I'm really getting outraged, and other black women should feel the same as well. As I talked about before, Tommy Sotomayor did a video where he's talking about this black woman, school bus driver, stopped the bus, took the kids to her house, and encouraged these two young ladies to fight. And as usual, he says, black women are the worst stewards of children and all this type of stuff. And what she did has nothing to do with the rest of us black women. And it's just, I'm getting sick of it. And, I'm not singling him out. He's not the only one. There's other brothers on YouTube. There's a lot of other black men on YouTube that's doing the same thing. And I'm getting sick of it. It's ignorant because it's millions of black women in this country. We all can't possibly be the same. There is a certain segment of the population of black women that is like that. There's different percentages of each race of people. There's a percentage of Caucasian, and I think they represent like 60-something%. Black people, we represent 13% of the population. So within those population percentages, you have a certain segment of that population that maybe are drug users, certain percentage are criminals, certain percentage of them are ratchets or whatever you want to call them. Now, those black women that he's constantly and other black men are constantly talking about, ratchets or whatever they want to say, that is a small percentage of black women that are like that. It is not representative of all black women in the whole United States. And I'm getting sick and tired of being lumped into a group with these black women. I'm sick of it. I try to carry myself with respect. I try to treat everyone with respect. I try to be kind. I try to be nice. And I try to carry myself with dignity. And I'm a law-abiding citizen. I know a lot of other good black women that's not that way, the same way. I know a lot of good black women. They're law-abiding citizens. They're hard workers. They carry themselves with respect. They're nothing like these women that he's always showcasing on his videos. That is a small percentage of black women. And this particular young lady that he was talking about, was a school bus driver, and she encouraged these young ladies to fight. And then he said, well, black women are the worst stewards of children. As when black women, as I said in my other video, is plural. So he's saying? Well, he's not talking about all black women, but this is the statement: black women are the worst stewards of children. So basically, you didn't say some, you didn't say a certain percentage, you said all. I mean, come on, it's not rocket science. So I work in childcare. I work at a daycare, and there is no way I would ever put a child's life in danger, not intentionally. You know, anytime you're working with children, I don't care whether it's in child care, a school setting, or whatever, it is your responsibility to make sure that those children are safe. You know, it is your moral and ethical responsibility to make sure that the children are safe. Okay, so, you know, I work in a daycare, and I would never intentionally endanger a child's life. Okay, ethically or morally. Okay, so what this black woman did is not representative of me or any other black woman out here. She's that particular black woman did that. Okay, so I'm getting tired of him putting people sending him these videos of black women killing folks or killing family members and doing this, doing that, twerking or whatever it is they're doing. And then he'll say, see, black women, you know, and he's not the only one. Like I said, I'm not singling him out, because there's a lot of black men on YouTube that are doing the same thing. They're lumping us all in the same group. And it's outrage, you know, it's an outrage. You know, it's sad, it's really bad enough that society judges us black women as a whole. It's bad enough that in society we as black women get judged, lumped into a group as is by society. I mean, it's always been like that ever since the beginning of time. And it's really sad that we have to get that from our own men. You know, and I think it's coming from a place of ignorance, and it's coming from a place of hatred. You know, I don't know what his life has been like, what experiences that he's had with his mother or whatever, but it's not all of black women's fault. And common sense ought to tell you that is a certain percentage of black women. That's just like me saying, well, a white guy went in that school and shot up all them kids, you know, babies. So they all must be like that. Well, that's stupid. It doesn't even make any sense. It's a certain percentage of white males that may have the potential to do something like that. Not all of them. It would be ignorant to say that they're all like that. Nobody's all of anything, okay? Everybody is different. So, you know, I know a lot of black men. I've had some bad experiences with black men, and I know a lot of black men that are, you know, well, I don't know a lot of them, but I hear of a lot of black men that are deadbeat dads, and these young men, you know, running around here gang banging. But that is a certain percentage of black men that are doing that. I know a lot of good black men out here. They're hard workers. They're good dads. There's a lot of good black men. They don't fit into that category. It is a certain percentage of black men that are gangbangers, drug users, pimps, or whatever you want to call them, deadbeat dads. It is a certain percentage of them. It is not representative of all black men that are out here. So that's common sense. You know, that's common sense. Why would I lump all black men into the same box? It doesn't make any sense. When I can clearly see that there's good black men out here, you know, I got good black men in my family. So it doesn't even make any sense. It's not logical. It's ignorant. And it's you know, like I say, when he does that, he doesn't understand he is a member of the black race. So when white people see that, and I read in some of his comments that they're saying, well, you hate your own race. Yeah, because from their perspective, you know, he's hating on his own race. It was even one white guy that came on there and said, look, I know all kinds of different black people, you know, and you're hating on your own people. So it makes him look silly. It makes him look silly because he is a member of the black race, and he's hating on his own women. Now, granted, yes, there are a certain percentage of black women that are like that. But all of us are not that way. We're not monolithic. We're not the same. There is a lot of good black women out here. I know a lot of good black women. You know, I work with good black women. You know, I worship with good black women. Even, and I'm not just talking about this town that I live in. I'm talking about I've been to other places and met good black women. Okay, there's good black women all over the place. I don't know what circles he's, you know, traveling in, but if you go to, he need to go in some different areas and some different in settings and environments and meet some good black women that got some sense and got some dignity and respect about themselves, because they're out here. We're out here. And I'm just getting sick and tired of him lumping us all into the same group. You know, and there's a lot of black men on YouTube that are doing the same thing. And society does that as a whole. It's hurtful. I mean, people don't understand. That's hurtful. You know, I'm trying to be the best woman that I can be. I'm trying to be the best human being that I can be. I'm trying to work on myself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. I'm trying to be a better person on all levels. I've been working on that for years. And it's really disheartening to go out here and I have to go out into a world that judges me by the color of my skin and judges me by the fact that I'm a black woman, and I get associated with, oh, this black woman that did this and black woman that did that. Well, I don't have nothing to do with that. What's that got to do with me? They don't have nothing to do with me. I'm a separate individual from that person. I don't have anything to do with that. You know, other races of people don't get judged like that. You know, when a white woman does something, she doesn't get, she gets judged as an individual. Okay, this particular white woman did this. It's not the whole group of white women. Okay, see, that's the difference. And it's really sad. I'm outraged. I'm just sick of it. I'm tired of it. You know, we have to deal with this from society, and then now we have to deal with it from our own men. It's very disheartening. I mean, like I say, it's coming from a place of ignorance, and it's coming from a place of hurt and hatred. No, I mean, whatever you've been through in your life, you don't. You know, I think personally you need to get some help. He's got some issues. Because, you know, whatever black woman hurt you or whatever, you need to go get yourself some help. Stop taking it out on every black woman in this country. It's not every black woman's fault that every time you see a black woman, you think about the ones that hurt you. Well, you need to get some help. You know, you need to seek God, get God in your life, draw a closer relationship with God, because there's some issues going on there. You know, I've had some bad experiences with black men. But I made a choice. I chose to not put all black men in the same box. I've met good black men. I've encountered good black men, you know. So I am not going to put them in the same box. They don't deserve that, you know. And I think it's about choices. I think it's the choices that we make. I think you make a choice you choose whether or not how you want to feel about certain things. And it's a choice. And it's not a loving thing to do. It's not, if you love God, you know, it is not, and we're footsteps. The Bible says we need to be footstep followers to Jesus Christ. So the way I think of in terms of, Jesus wouldn't do that. Jesus wouldn't put everybody in the same group. He wouldn't do that. So I'm not going to do that. And, you know, the Bible says we're not supposed to even judge people. It's not for us to judge. You know, we got to leave that person up to God's judgment. So, I mean, it's not a loving thing to do. You know, you don't put all a specific type of people. It's a certain percentage of black women that are doing that. You know, those things, ratchet or whatever he want to call it. It's a certain percentage. It is not representative of all of us. And I'm really, really getting tired of the stereotypes. I'm getting sick of all the lumping of black women all in the same group. There's a lot of us that don't deserve that. There's a lot of good black women out here. You know, we're hard-working. We're law-abiding citizens. You know, we're Christian. And then see, he sometimes he got something to say about that. A lot of times, like I said in one of my other videos, you know, we try to serve God and people got something to say about that. You know, it's like we can't do anything right. We go to college and try to better ourselves. People got something to say about that. It's like we can't do any. Oh, well, she thinks she's because she got education. See, we seem like in a lot of people's eyesight, we can't never do anything right. And at the end of the day, we're human beings with feelings, with a heart, just like everybody has. Like I said, I am a decent black woman, and I know a whole bunch of good black women, and they don't deserve. We do not deserve to be lumped in the same box as Mary Jane over here that I don't know, neglected her kids, or some other, or the young lady that made the kids fight on the bus, okay, or a mother that's twerking in front of her son on video and stuff like that. Well, I got 2 sons, and you're never gonna see a video on YouTube of me twerking in front of my son and having him rap to it. You know, you're not going to see that because I don't carry myself that way. Okay, I just don't do that. I'm not going to present myself like that. And so I watch other videos on here of black women, and they're decent women. Okay, they don't fit into that category of ratchetness, as you call it. You know, we're not ratchet. We're not all ratchets. You know, and you reap what you sow, and you know, all this judgment is crazy. You know, I'm tired of it. I'm outraged. I'm getting sick and tired of being put in a box of, you know, the same things over and over and over. Society does that. And like I said, common sense should tell you that not all of anybody is the same. Like I said, there's a certain percentage of every race that's, you know, you got a certain percentage of white people that's probably criminals or whatever, what have you. And then you got a certain percentage that's Christian. You have a certain percentage that's non-Christian. You have a certain percentage of, so therefore, so on and so forth. The same goes with black people. You know, you have a certain percentage of black women that probably fit into that category. But then you have another percentage, you got a certain percentage of black women that are Christians, devout Christians. Then you got a certain percentage of black women that are, you know, college, you know, hard-working black women. Not all of us have children out of wedlock. Unfortunately, I do. But not all. I know some black women that don't even have any kids. My oldest sister does not have any children. And she's a black woman. She's not white. She's black. My oldest sister does not have any children, okay? And I know other women in my community, other black women, that don't have children. So see, that's a stereotype right there. All black women have children out of wedlock. No, we don't. I know a lot of black women that don't have children out of wedlock, okay? All right? I also know some black women that got married that had their children after they got married. Not all of us have children out of wedlock, okay? Once again, that's a certain percentage of black women. And just because some of us happen to have children out of wedlock does not make us bad people, okay? It's like before you go pointing your finger and judging someone else, you need to look in the mirror at yourself and find out, you know, what's going on with you. The Bible says judge and you will be judged. So we don't have the right to judge anyone, you know. Okay, I'm outraged at this. Black people, we got to get it together. You know, other races are looking at us and they have no respect for us. Why? Because our people don't even respect ourselves. We don't stick together. Every other race in this country sticks together but us. We always put each other down. We kill each other. We don't stick together. And as long as we keep doing that, we're going to be a permanent underclass. We're going to be a permanent underclass in this society if we don't start sticking together as a people. I mean, this is serious. Black people, we got to do better. We got to stop putting each other down, criticizing, and we got to start sticking together. We're the only race of people that don't do that. That's crazy. You know, what other people are looking at us and laughing at us because we constantly want to destroy each other. It doesn't make any sense. You know, come on, black people, wake up. You know, we're smarter than this. We're more intelligent than this. Okay? I'd like to know what your views are on this. Leave some comments, you know, in the comment section. You know, I want to know what people's views, how other black women feel about this. Please be nice. Don't be disrespectful. Don't call me out of my name just because you don't agree with me. Okay? If you don't agree with me, fine. But you don't have to be childish and call me names, because that is childish. Just because you don't agree with someone, you don't have to call them names. So leave a comment, but be nice about it and respectable, please. Sweet June 2010. Love you. Peace out.